Hey, welcome back. Welcome in. It's been a long time. Not really. Not too bad, but it's been a few days. And we got things in the universe going on. For those that are new to the channel, if you don't want to hear me talk, go down to the description box and you will find timestamps and you can skip ahead to what you want. If you just want to get straight to the reading. Why do I say that? Because I'm going to recap a little astrology. I think I'm going to tell you the word meditation stuff as well. Yeah, because I did do that for a little bit. Some weird stuff came out. Excuse me, and I am super tired, and this has been happening a lot here lately. But I also wanted to say, quick note, thank you all for who are following and subscribing and liking the videos. It means a lot. I'm not gonna be the person that begs you to like and subscribe, but I will tell you that if you want people to find the channel, if you feel like there's ever a message that is shareable, it does take that activity to get the message out there. That being said, I'm a firm believer that whoever is supposed to hear the message will eventually hear the message. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I would love to know what part of the reading resonates with you. I'd also like to know when I go through the word meditation stuff. So for those who are not new, when something comes out and it resonates with you, let me know which part and why. That would be fantastic to know. For those that are new, I will go ahead and tell you. I do word meditation, which means that I mainly just get myself to a quiet spot. I have paper and pen, and I usually do like sticky note things like this, and I just write as it comes. And I just ask Spirit, to please talk to me and let me know anything that I'm allowed to know, and especially anything that I'm allowed to share for whoever needs to hear the message, for when I'm doing the reading. So I say a lot, or I should say a lot of random things come to me and I just start writing. And the way that it feels to me is if something that's coming to me, if I say it aloud to you all, whoever's watching, and it resonates with you, then that's kind of like the key or the trigger, I guess, that you need to listen to whatever happens in the reading, or you need to listen to the tarot reading itself, something like that. That's the clue that the message is for you. Sorry. Okay, so that being said, let's get into it. So for astrology recap this weekend, and I'm not an astrologer. I always have to say that disclaimer because I'm just getting information from really great people out there who do this. So definitely go find an astrologer if you want the legit stuff. This is just the recap. But Friday, Mercury goes direct, which is fantastic. Also, around the same time, Aries, Sun is going into Aries. And this is going to set the stage, the beginning of the stage. Well, we've kind of already started this. I think in April, we're going to see a 7-planet lineup. And it is like never before in our time lineup, 7 planets are going to be in Aries. I don't know what it means yet. I really don't. I have my guesses. Might get into that. And then tonight is new moon in Pisces. In fact, by the time this video is posted, the peak new moon for the Southeast United States anyway is at 9:26 p.m. For some, it's already happened. And for some, it won't happen yet. So tonight, new moon in Pisces. What does that mean? Well, Pisces can be about intuition, definitely about deep feelings, right? So it's kind of a moment for you to take a pause before going full on, all in with Aries this weekend. It's like, okay, now's the time to get everything that you're feeling. Go in right now, tonight, the next couple days, the next week, even as we move into Aries. Get with your star player, which is yourself. Whatever it is that you have been confused about, whatever it is that you have been trying to find an answer on, this is the time for the intuition. Now, there is a shadow side to that, right? Which is, you could be overly sensitive right now. Hello. Escapism can be something that people gravitate towards. Try not to do that. That's the whole point. The shadow side is, have you learned the lessons, right? Saturn and Neptune are in Aries. And so this is kind of part of those tests that are coming through. Did you learn the lessons when they were in Pisces? Now is your chance to prove it. So the other shadow side of a Pisces I'll try that again. The other shadow side of a Pisces new moon is you can be confused or lacking direction or feel like you are just for this moment, which means that you may have trouble setting some boundaries as well. That's normal. It's fine. This too shall pass. As cliche as that is, the very upside of a Pisces new moon is that deeper reflection, like I was talking about. Creativity, dreams might be more vibrant right now. There are things in the dreams that you need to listen to. And this can be the fresh start for when Mercury goes, or it's setting the stage really for the fresh start for when Mercury goes direct. Once you're direct, you're no longer reevaluating. Like right now is kind of like the reevaluation, since Pisces and the new moon, a new moon in general, are about intuition. It's about the new beginning. Full moon, closing the cycle. New moon, beginning new. So dive deep. This is going to link with the retrograde in a different way, specifically because of the setting the stage aspect. Okay. Also, don't forget, because I like to say that, it's more than likely something about relationships is going to come out in the tarot, but Venus is in Aries. And so this can be a very passionate time, but it can also be an upheaval because of impulsivity. Things that shine, you gravitate towards. If you're already in a relationship, this can be the time for you to reignite that passion with each other if it was ever lost. Or it can just mean that things, if they're good, if you're in a good space relationship wise, you don't have to be looking at tarot for love. You can be looking to tarot for family members, regular life stuff, right? Jobs, career path. And all of those things can come out in the messages. We'll see. But when it comes to relationships, if you're in a good place, you're probably not watching tarot. Or you could be in a good place and wondering what your next step is with somebody. This is a very passionate time. Make sure that you're staying grounded. And the way that you do that is that you have, especially with Mercury in retrograde, you over communicate. You talk about the things maybe that you even normally wouldn't. But do so in a way that you go deeper and make sure that you have an understanding with each other, that you're going to do that and you're going to hear each other, because it's that lack of understanding, which again, Pisces new moon could be a hard time setting the boundaries. So you'll have to do a little extra work. But if you have the boundaries set, this can actually be a fantastic time for communicating things. And that communication can be a fantastic foundation for igniting passion if it's not currently there. All right, that's it. The word meditation. So I closed my eyes. I got real quiet. I ask Spirit to please, talk to me. Give me a message, if I'm allowed to have the message, that I can share, that someone who's watching might be able to relate to, or, something that is said, it grabs your attention. And so here's what came out. Finders, keepers, Australia, which is star in Spanish, Australia. That's star in Spanish. I heard severance or severe or seven. That part was kind of staticky. And then I heard for sure, seventh time's the charm. Like third time's a charm, but this time it's seventh time's a charm, or the charm. And then I heard Salim. And that one I Googled later. Salim is in Turkey. And there is a cathedral there, or a monastery. I'm not sure, but this is, I'm absolutely sure this is what I was hearing. Salim, Turkey. And then I heard somebody who's watching, this is them or someone that they're close to, but heavy is the chest, a weight that feels unbearable. And then hand to heart and hand to forehead, like a ritual. And then I heard Portugal, withstanding. And sand and time, like an hourglass. And there was a soap opera called Days of Our Lives. And that is what the image that went through my head. So I heard sand and time, and I strongly felt like an hourglass was the figure. And then I saw this Days of Our Lives soap opera. I'm not advertising anything. I'm just telling you what I saw. And then I heard a great discovery, like cotton. A great discovery like cotton. And then I heard round and round and round, the theme for cotton, the song, like the touch, the feel, the fabric of our lives kind of thing. And then I heard a lie, a lie, a lie. Like it's a lie, it's a lie. Millions of lives is what I heard next. Corrugated. So corrugated, like corrugated board, it's kind of like these panels, right? It's a certain type of cut or routing process, I think. But anyway, corrugated. And then I went to Google World. Okay, so that was like kind of the last thing I heard. I went to Google World and I looked up Salim in Turkey, just to kind of make sure I was getting the right vibe there. Yes. And then I went and looked up corrugated board and what corrugated board might have to do with cotton. Turns out that there is corrugated board made of cotton cellulose. And it's actually used in museums because it's more durable, than wood pulp board, which is the standard thing that you would typically get out of like a supply store, like a home building supply store. And then for whatever reason, I asked, what does this have to do with the world and the state of the world? Because I strongly felt like it had something to do with the world and the state of the world. And it turns out the world's top suppliers of cotton overall is China, India, Brazil, and the United States. I find that kind of fascinating. I don't watch the news a lot, hardly ever. When I do, I don't know. This feels significant. I'm not sure why. Maybe we'll find out. That I don't ask why until, I just say, let me know what I'm allowed to know. So if any of that grabs your attention, then I would suggest sticking around for the reading. Okay, so speaking of the reading, I went ahead and shuffled everything. I've got new oracle cards. They might not be new to you. They're a pretty popular card. It's called Wisdom of the Oracle. I've got the pocket edition. I love these cards. And then I'm going to use some new tarot cards. Sorry. The Phantom Wise cards, or the Phantom Wise Tarot. And then I'm going to use my Magical Hours Tarot, which I love. And I'm actually going to use the Magical Hours as the foundational reading, I think. And then we'll use the Phantom Wise as the clarifiers. But first, for those that are ready, the Oracle. And again, I already shuffled, but I'm going to do one. I always do. I can't like not. And then we'll go here. Spirit, any message that is allowed to come out that anyone is allowed to receive, please let these cards be the foundation, the guide for the rest of the reading. What is it that we are allowed to know? Please give us 1 to 2 cards for guidance for the reading, especially for whoever is supposed to receive the message tonight. 1 to 2 cards for guidance for this reading to help guide the reading. Especially tonight, Pisces new moon, and this weekend Mercury goes direct, and the Sun into Aries. And we have time to go. 45. I don't know if we're going to do it without a glare there, maybe. Time to go. Anything else for whoever needs to hear this reading tonight? Anything else to guide the reading? Or just a time to go? There we go. Message in a bottle. We're going to go with those two. So that's 45 and 15, by the way. 45 is a 9, 15 is a 6. Treasure Island was there in the middle. So we're going to start with 45. Time to go. Try to keep the glare out of your face. Maybe like that. Maybe? I don't know. So this is about endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. So that can also be, the same can be true on the other side of that, which is a new beginning. New moon in Pisces, okay? The Oracle's message: you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. So take stock of what you've learned. That's what this time period is for in this new moon. Go deep. Listen to your intuition. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. So, what I do like about this deck is that it gives you like a relationship message, it gives you a prosperity message, it gives you protection message. I don't know that I'll read this every time a card comes out, but tonight we'll start with this. For the relationship message, it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. The prosperity message. This message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances has come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign, because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finish your task and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. As for the protection message, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later, so consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural, as it doesn't have the map of your destiny. The soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. And that is time to go. It's kind of beautiful. And 15, message in a bottle. Time to go to communication, a sign, a Cledon, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. The oracle's message: Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. For the relationship, you can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. The signs are all there. The prosperity message: you are on target with your purpose and your passion. You are coming into alignment with your destiny, and Spirit wants you to know that you're on the right track. Expect a call, a new opportunity, or a message from an old friend or business contact that will lead you closer to your dreams and greatest desires. Spirit has been listening to you. And as for protection, are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They are warning you for a reason. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interest at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. So you have, it almost sounds like they're contradictory, but if you think about it right, time to go because destiny is calling. There's a message here for you to listen to. Time to end things because you have a new beginning with someone. Time to put an end to one project because you are on the right track for what your destiny is calling for, like your life project. Which is I think it's interesting given the time of the Pisces new moon going into Aries. Reflect now, like right here, right now, because you're about to like be catapulted into do. Fire energy is real. So let's see what the tarot has to say. We'll do one shuffle and then get on to it. Okay. All right, Spirit, we have it. Time to go and message in a bottle. What are we talking about here? What's the message for whoever's listening tonight? What is the message for whoever's listening tonight? Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being with us, for protecting us, walking with us, and also for stepping back when we need to learn things on our own. What's the message for tonight for whoever's listening? I am debating. I'm hearing use the other deck. Okay, that's why I needed to say it out loud. For the Emperor, masculine energy, King of Kings, a lot on their plate, Can be narcissistic, can be divine masculine, would be divine masculine. And someone in charge, or who needs to be in charge, someone who needs to take charge. I heard someone who needs to take charge. They're strategizing, looking at the board, like a chessboard. Okay, so not entirely secure with the decisions they have to make. 8 of Swords. And that's a red moon, like blood on the moon. We did have a, what was that full moon in? Oh no, why can't I remember? A couple weeks back. Could have stirred up some feelings. But this Emperor is looking away from that. That's might be what's behind them, what is underneath. And then you have the 3 of Pentacles. Worried about how you're going to make it work. So whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, a divine masculine or masculine energy, a boss, a father figure, someone who's in charge of a lot or has a lot on their plate, could be someone who is, talk about ignoring red flags with that red moon, who is ignoring the signs, and or, depending on the storyline, someone who is worried about how it's all going to come together. Whatever the decision is, the plan, the goal, he's trying to, I say he, sorry, this masculine energy is trying to ignore the details. Like a blind eye, which is funny because, like, you see, this is like a hawk. I think it's a type of hawk, maybe eagle. But taking a blind eye, turning a blind eye to the details, worried about the details of how it's all going to come together. But it's almost like there's an empowering energy here. So you got 3 of Pentacles to the 3 of Swords. And you see this 3 of Swords is very much like taking the swords out or putting them in. It depends on how you interpret it. It's healing in a sense. I'm trying to... working on 9 of Wands to the King of Wands. Oh, heavy is the heart. So what did I say in the word meditation? A chest, heavy is the chest, weight is unbearable, heartache, details, the fear surrounding things that need to be done is heartbreaking. It's heavy, so heavy. Wounded warrior. It's a lot. Everything that's happening, that's going on for this person, but they have to take action. This is an action-oriented time. And I heard timing is everything, which is funny because I don't normally hear anything about timing with the wands. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. What about the timing is everything? This is definitely for a masculine energy, or you are dealing with this masculine energy. The Chariot. Timing is everything. Time to go. There's your time to go card. Time to go. Timing is everything. Time to go. Chariot underneath the Emperor. The King of Wands is about the action. This is the time for transit. And there's the death card. Transformation. It's a time to go. You see everything that's being scattered behind. It's like, it's almost like the literal message here of the Pisces new moon right before Sun into Aries. I mean, because the King of Wands is, first of all, the Emperor, you know, King of Kings, but can also be, like the minor for Emperor can be King of Pentacles, King of Wands, Aries, Sag, Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, definitely more of the Taurus even. But that sit in it energy to take action energy. And even though the Emperor is more, you know, I mean, it's the Emperor, the King of Wands is all about action. But the timing is everything. The Chariot, the Death card, transformation could have something to do with Scorpio. I don't feel that. Okay. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. They came out together. Looking for a savior. Looking for a savior. That's not accurate. Sorry. We're going to clarify that for sure. Three of Wands now. This is all about, this is a lot of movement. Suddenly, a lot of movement. Page of Cups to the Magician. Everything that you want, you have the ability, or this person. I feel like there is something about that, listening to the intuition, the Pisces. Miracles can happen. Miracles can happen. Like somebody needs to hear, like, you know, miracles can happen. Once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime. Miracles don't just happen. You have to, okay, miracles don't just happen. Six of Pentacles. Minor for Judgment. Excuse me. Justice. And of course the Moon. Filling in the gaps. Why did I hear that? Filling in the gaps. Something to do with that corrugated board. Filling in the gaps. Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords. It's like an aha moment that puts an end to the despair, the pain. This Ten of Swords is very much reminiscent to me about judgment, like a judgment card, like from the darkness, from the pain, from the dark cave into the light, into the new life. After the Ten of Swords, you have the Page. Naturally, a natural progression, I should say. You could always go back and forth between, if you haven't learned the lessons you need to learn. But with that Ace of Wands, I feel pretty confident about that. This aha moment. Yeah, the world. Beginnings and endings. Ooh. Two of Cups, King of Cups, Eight of Cups. Two of Cups. That lion, that sign for Leo at the top, even though this is a water sign card. Bravery, duality, balance. I heard message in a bottle, like that card, message in a bottle. Then you have King of Cups. He's gone to the deep. He's gone through the deep. He now rides a wave in a paper boat. Secure in the emotions. Eight of Cups. This glare is annoying, sorry. And then we have Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups on the bottom. It's definitely about endings and beginnings. A decision that's having to be made. Action, healing, spirit. Okay. Is this message for the masculine or for the person dealing with the masculine? Can you tell me that? Is this message for the masculine? Two of Wands. Both can be true. Two of Wands. Both can be true. Okay. Oh, hello. Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I didn't even see that one. So we have double confirmation here. The Wheel of Fortune. Tables turning. Time moving. It feels like it's going to happen very quickly. Whatever it is. Okay. You're tired. Yeah. Very quickly. And then we get the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe not so quick. But you're tired. You feel like maybe things are moving slowly. But that's the most stable and dependable Knight in the deck. And then we have the Devil. Earth, Earth. So Capricorn, you could very well be dealing with a Capricorn. But this could also be about the test. And I'm feeling strongly that this is, you're being, or someone is being tested right now. Or maybe you feel like you're being tested right now. But you always have a choice. Yeah. Justice and the Hierophant. You always have a choice. Okay. So what's the overall message here, Spirit? What does the person who's watching this reading need to know? Overall, high level. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, the Chariot, and the Eight of Cups. It's time to go. Whatever it is you've been waiting for, worried about, things are moving. Things are happening. Okay? Seven of Pentacles, timing. Remember I told you timing is everything. Or something like that. Eight of Swords, worry, fear, doubt. But there's nothing actually keeping her there. The Chariot, that's twice. Eight of Cups, that's twice, right? I'm not crazy. Maybe I am. I could have sworn. No, not. It's at the very end. The Eight of Swords twice. Nine of Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50-50. Double confirmation. High level, whatever you've been waiting for and worrying about is time. It's going. It's moving. It's time to go. Yes. And what's the advice? That's the overall message, which we got from the very beginning. Time to go and message in a bottle. The Fool. The new journey begins now. You've got to take the risk. See, it's like Alice going down the hole, right, following the bunny, you see? You got to take the risk. Why do they have to take the risk, Spirit? Why do they have to take the risk? What's the upside here? What's the risk for? Why is that the guidance? Courage, strength. This is where you find your power. I also very strongly always feel this card when it leans to the traditional as the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Ooh. And there's the Ten of Cups. So I think, and the Lovers. I love this card. All right. Okay. So, high level. Perhaps you're either the person or you're dealing with the person who has a lot on their plate. They're in charge of a lot. They have a lot of moving pieces and they are looking at everything like it's a chessboard and they're waiting for the right time to make their move, whatever this is about, whether it's love, job, whatever. Excuse me. It feels like it's been a long time coming and perhaps it has. And that's part of the test, is the patience to wait. You are dealing with someone who is reliable. You are dealing with someone who is dependable. The time to go, or the person, you know, if this is you, you're dependable, you're reliable. It's not a question of that. Maybe you're even like, maybe you're mad at yourself because you've taken as long as you have, but love waits for no one, I heard, and yet love is everything that you have to offer. It will be given and received exactly as it should. For the cross watcher, I don't really like that term so much because I think like we can all get messages from things as we're supposed to. It's not about you or the cross. I mean, the message is for everybody, in other words. But I'm being pulled to say for the cross watcher, if you feel like this has been a never-ending story. Maybe. It's happening. Timing is everything. And for the person whoever this is that is needing to make the decision, this masculine energy, this is about your Two of Cups. This is about your Ten of Cups. This is about a soul connection. Or doing something from heart center, perhaps even a mirror for yourself. Mirroring and balancing, like a counterbalance. Mirroring and counterbalance, I feel that strongly here. But you're only going to get it when you take the risk. And this is it. This is the timing piece. The time is now. And I think this is perhaps terrifying and even heartbreaking, whatever it is about. But it's time to go. And you can't ignore the flags, signs, anything anymore. Let me get one more here. What's the likelihood of this? What's the likelihood? Because Page of Cups, the King of Swords. I'd say it's about good to go. Somebody is actually very secure in the next steps. For whoever is worried, the person that you're dealing with is not the Four of Pentacles. I mean, like, you see, like, this is a very, can often be like holding back, but this is a very secure individual. For whoever is worried, the other person is not. The other person is, timing is everything. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna get confirmation after confirmation. It's moving. The Hermit again. And the Queen of Pentacles again. So, I hope that helps. I don't know, it might be a little confusing. We'll see what happens. Remember, dig deep tonight. Next day or so, get ready to move. Get ready to take action. Or get ready to be part of the action even. Whatever that means for you. Have a good night.